Three, two, one. So the other day, my wife sent me a video, and it was kind of interesting because we kind of broached on the subject. Is that the word? Broached or breached? Broached.
I've heard that word before.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever used that word before. Well, anyways. But we were talking about other, conspiracies and stuff, and she had sent me this video that was talking about it. It was like a two-parter, kind of worked into, basically the narrative is, when he said something that's faded that we really haven't noticed is, one was like ownership. He said you used to go buy a movie or go rent a movie or something like that. I guess that's the same as what's happening today. But but he was putting it in the context of the media is wanting to have all control of the media. So basically, because everything we do now is a stream.
Yeah.
Like, you stream, and all you're doing is paying a membership to have access to the database.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Also, with just Googling information, all these really good websites, they want subscriptions now, like information on the stock market. You want detailed information, you're going to have to pay a subscription and pick a website. Same with like computer programs now, video editing and software, music editing. You can't just buy it, install it, and be done with it. You pay a subscription now every year.
What's it called? Host based.
Yeah.
Networking.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Like if I got Pro Tools, the music engineering software, recording software, I would have to pay a subscription on top of the fee to actually buy it.
Yeah.
And that only started happening like maybe 8 years ago recently, and now it's like everywhere is a membership somewhere. You got to subscribe for exclusive content.
Yeah.
And that's just what I noticed on Google. When you're Googling stuff, you can't really just click on it that easy anymore. You got all these websites like want you to subscribe to it, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's like some newspapers. Like I was like always just like to get some news updates. I'll like Atlanta Journal or something. I forget what it was, but
yeah, those are the real subscriptions, like the old.
But yeah, they give you like the first like 6 sentences, and when you scroll up, is if you want to continue, subscribe. And you're like,
yeah, that's they're taking it away from us.
So, but it goes into further. He said if they have a way, and mean they is some sort of Illuminati that's supposed to be out there.
All-powerful Illuminati.
Illuminati. But
let's refer to them as they.
They.
For the rest of our lives. They, them.
We've only got 40 subscribers.
It's the
Don't come after us.
It's the Illuminati's fault.
Come on, Loomies. But like TV, even TV in the 70s. I mean, I think definitely in the 70s, 60s, 70s, where it was like shows like Father Knows Best, and everything was a little lesson at the end. But all that was a briefing from someone to direct people to behave a certain way. They wanted
yeah.
So when the 80s come, I mean, and it happens like every generation, I guess. But there's always some sort of control of like a narrative, I guess, and that's what they're saying with this. As long as, and he referenced and had a video with it too. Was I guess Alicia Keys, and during the Super Bowl had this huge break moment, something like that, and then like I don't know the benefit of it being fixed, but apparently the next day, like the official record of it was fixed,
yeah,
fixed, edited, and
yeah, I remember hearing about that and how they edited it out. And
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. So like anyone watching now won't know.
Yeah.
You're watching that Super Bowl performance 10 years from now. That'll be erased from history that she missed the note there. It's like, oh,
I wonder if she pays for.
they do that all the time now. The coffee cup in Game of Thrones, they edited it out within like
Yeah.
an hour. Only people who saw it are the people who recorded it on their like TiVo or whatever,
Yeah.
recorded it on the premiere. So like I went back and saw it. It's like, oh yeah, there it is. Big fucking deal. But they edited it out, so it's erased from history now. What was another one? Tom Brady roast. They edited out people booing Kim Kardashian when she went up there. So it was only on the first premiere.
Which she is supposedly one of the members of they.
She's one of they.
Yeah, she's
Kim Kardashian.
yeah, Kanye West, Rihanna.
Also, do you think like Kanye got cloned or something?
I don't know. That's
That is kind of
they
crazy.
just keep getting dumber and dumber. Like every string of clone is just even stupider. He starts coming out wearing big ass. Oh, he's already wearing big ass.
Yeah,
shoes.
every clone just gets more crazy and unpredictable.
The
But
third clone loves Nazis.
but yeah, they edited that part out, so like most people probably wouldn't even remember that. Like no one's gonna remember that she got booed
Yeah,
at the first 20 seconds on the Tom Brady roast. But I thought she was still funny. She won the crowd too, because she's like reading off all these awesome jokes that someone else wrote for her, and it worked great. But yeah, they do that all the time. I don't think the Illuminati's going in there and editing out. They get WSB TV and the broadcasting companies to edit it out. It's like, hey, you got to remove that coffee cup right now. Remove that coffee cup from that medieval show, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm sure that happens a lot and we just don't realize it, or we just don't remember it because it was like a lot of little things. But like, what about the big things? Like history.
Well, which kind of feeds into another conspiracy theory,
Oh boy.
which is the moon landing,
Ah.
which could be a media-controlled event somehow. I mean, supposedly. I mean, I think they landed on the moon. I've always thought that. I mean, it's like an infallible thesis, I guess. But I mean, I think they did. I like to hope they did, because I'm a big space guy. And to come to find out, space is like fake, or just a dome over us. Then that would kind of. I was like, fuck. That's
Man, I guess space isn't real. Like,
But
it's not Earth, so it's not real. I don't know. Yeah, I think the moon landing was real, but it all started like through pop propaganda. Like, we beat Russia to the moon. Well, Russia beat us to space. They were first people to send a rocket to space, first person to send a mammal, first country to send an animal, first country to send a person in space.
Wasn't it the monkey or the dog?
It was a dog, I think.
Yeah, like a Sputnik.
So they did all that first, so we're going to go to the moon. And it worked, but I think it just all stemmed from this propaganda from the Cold War that nah, boo boo, we're better than you.
Yeah.
And I could see why people are just like, that's probably not even real. They're just saying we did. Like that book 1984. It's like the world's not even at war. They're just saying we are.
Yeah.
So you are more nationalist. That's what I think, like with rappers who have beefs with each other. I think all that shit's fake and fabricated just to like get their fans to rally behind them. It was like back in the early 2000s, Kanye and 50 Cent were pretending to feud and be like, my album's going to sell more. No, my album's going to sell more. So everyone rallied behind their favorite rapper, and they all bought the CD back when those were a thing. And I think it's like the same principle.
Well, I mean, if somebody came out and said, "Oh my God, you got to hear this diss track that Tupac did," I mean, everybody's going to get the album because they want to hear what he said in it. So the whole feud's like, oh, boosting freaking record sales.
Exactly. But I guess in the 90s, it was like a real feud. Like, people getting shot. It was like,
Yeah.
hey, we just got to keep this in the entertainment business, y'all. We got to feud only in front of the cameras. I know Lil Wayne's pissed because he thought he was going on the Super Bowl show.
I saw that.
I didn't know this, but until like today, but he did think he got the spot, and then he said it was ripped from me. It was taken away from me. I didn't know he was from New Orleans.
Really?
And, yeah, I didn't know that.
No, it's in the 9th Ward.
So I don't know what the fuck that is.
Wardy. That used to be back in the early.
Oh, I thought he meant like a jail,
like
a
Birdman.
prison or a mental institution.
No, the neighborhood, the districts are called wards.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was a New Orleans native, and like, so the Super Bowl will be there at New Orleans, and he's just like, the opportunity was ripped from my hands by
but
that
he sounds
little,
more like
that little motherfucker, Kendrick Lamar.
He kind of sounds like Miley Cyrus a little bit. The opportunity was ripped right from my hands. You know, he's got the raspy ass voice.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, man. Poor Lil Wayne just can't get a break. He's been trying to get famous.
But they were saying it all because of Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. In the L.A., they did L.A. And somebody was saying this is the first time ever that it just so happened that
Kendrick?
No, Dr. Dre and them were at the Super Bowl when the Super Bowl was in L.A. So that's the first time ever that they based a location off of what music type.
And Kendrick Lamar did do a little guest spot on there too.
Oh, on that one? That Super Bowl?
Yeah, they did.
What is?
They did Dr. Dre, then Snoop and Eminem, then 50. Then they did a little, yeah. That was an awesome halftime show. I really liked it. I remember the past few years, I'm like, nah, I'm not feeling the I usually don't even care about the halftime shows. But that was pretty cool, like Snoop and Dre.
Yeah.
That was one of the better ones. Who do you think is going to the Super Bowl this year? Chiefs and the Lions is what my dad predicted.
Well, there's another conspiracy theory.
Oh, that all that's scripted?
That the NFL is scripted, and there's videos like players like pushing past to let Patrick Mahomes go by, and so apparently he's...
Yeah, I've saw that video, and he's like, oh, don't tackle him, that's not in the script. I've always kind of thought, like, these teams, they all do a bid, and the highest bidder has the better chance of making it to the Super Bowl. And, like, that's why, the Patriots were there for a few years, the Kansas City Chiefs are there for a few years, just the highest bidder. And the highest bidder you get the best players, and then you're just like, I want this. I don't know. I'm just talking shit, but sometimes I think it's scripted, sometimes I don't. But it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think they can legally make it scripted if they wanted to.
I guess they could, because I was talking, one guy I actually worked with one time actually thought, he was wholehearted. Oh, man, you going to watch that shit again? He's out watching them sports, man. He's it's all scripted. He says it's a good show, but they already know who's going to win.
Sometimes I feel that way watching the Falcons or even the Hawks, when the Hawks made it through the playoffs a few years back, and then they made it so far, and then they kind of just seemed like they were just out of energy or something.
Miami Heat.
They kind of just fizzled up and flared out. And when was that? That was like 2010 or I can't remember, but that was when the Falcons were doing good, but then the Hawks were doing good, and
Yeah.
then they just like flared out. And the fucking Falcons do that shit too. It's because the owners aren't rich enough. No, I don't know.
Damn it, Arthur Blank.
Part of me thinks that is true, that it's scripted, but fuck, I don't know. Maybe to a certain point it's scripted.
Yeah.
Kind of like reality shows, like.
But it's probably why a lot of people don't break out of the matrix, if you will.
They didn't take the
because
red pill.
Because they enjoy the naivety of, you know what? There's no way they could script it. There's no way like that, and just keep. I guess like 1984. I don't know. Like everybody's just going along with it. Like well, that's the whole point of what we started talking about. Was they're just feeding you this whole line of you're gonna watch sports, you're gonna get this, and keep feeding you entertainment. There was some quote that was talking about that. I forget who it is.
Are you not entertained? You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, I'm right along with it.
I love football. I love watching it.
Yeah,
Getting
hell yeah.
people going flying through the air.
Yeah. My favorite thing is catches.
Oh yeah, there's like, oh snap.
Shit.
That's the equivalent to me of like watching someone get knocked out in the UFC. It's like, oh shit.
Remember that Joe Rogan thing where he's
yeah, it's like,
oh,
yeah, I remember that. Speaking of that Mike Tyson fight's finally airing in a couple weeks.
the 15th.
I stand by my prediction I said in episode 13. Or just kidding, it wasn't in episode 13. Might have been, though. I think Netflix is going to hike their prices right before then or right after.
Or have like a
Everybody has
special fight charge.
Yeah.
If you're watching it, we'll charge you prorate.
Everybody has Netflix, but then those few people that don't, they're going to want to watch that fight. They going to get Netflix. What if they do like a 1 day subscription? They do a
Free trial.
literally do a pay-per-view. Literally do a pay-per-view where they just pay a few bucks to watch the fight on Netflix. Here's another thing. What if that motherfucker crashes? Because like 70% of the U.S. population is going to be watching that fucking fight. It's not like it's on pay-per-view where you got to go pay for it separately or go to a bar and watch it. It's fucking Netflix. Everyone has that.
Yeah, there's gonna be.
I bet this shit's gonna crash. It's gonna be like a lot of buffering, a lot of glitches. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen.
I can't believe what I just saw.
I won't be surprised.
For all the people at home, you'll never guess what just happened. I was like, yeah, I can't guess what happened because it froze up.
But no, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
What day is the 15th on anyway?
I think it's.
Don't worry, I'll check it on my trusty cellular phone.
Silly.
What would we do without this? 15th, that's next Friday. Where are we throwing down at for the party? I'll bring some popcorn.
Yeah, we definitely need to.
Bring a big old pretzel. You like pretzels?
Yeah.
Do you like the big soft pretzels?
Yeah. Was it like at a fair or something?
Yeah, at the mall or a fair. Do they still have malls? I used to love going to the mall when I was younger, but I haven't even.
The North Point Mall's still open, but it's starting to get like. I think they're actually redeveloping that one to put apartments in some of the stores that are shut down, and maybe just moving people or what have you. They're trying to repurpose it because it's a thing all over America. There's hundreds of like malls, well, probably thousands.
Yeah,
because people just don't go to malls anymore. And this one too, if you walk around, you're like, hardly anybody's in there, and I'm like, man, I miss going to the mall. Actually.
Yeah, I kind of missed it too. It was fun. Mall of Georgia was kind of closer to me in the south side of the county.
We had this shitty little
mall. So that was huge.
We had a shitty little mall called Galleria Mall, and I mean, it wasn't bad. I can't say it's shitty. I mean,
Galleria. That's where John Connor was when the Terminator
damn,
found him.
I passed right by him.
Yeah, well,
I turned around. I was like, "Hey, man, slow it down."
yeah, he's at the Galleria. He's playing art. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I remember.
So you're at the Galleria.
And but it had this little arcade. So me and a buddy of mine used to go up there and just play video games. If we weren't doing anything, we'll go and play some. Just walk around the mall. Go to like Hot Topics or something.
Hot Topic.
Or did they have a Hot Topics for that?
Did they have
But it
Hot
used to be
Topics
such
back in your day?
Yeah, in the teenage days, like 16, 17. Yeah, I
Huh.
used to shop out of there. I was a Hot Topics type kid, I guess.
Yeah, I used to go there and get like band T-shirts, but now you just get them online. You can get them from Amazon, get some knockoff ones, get them from the band's website or anything. Like it's so easy just to go online.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the fucking mall anymore. Except when I actually want to go to the mall. Then it's like, oh, it's closed now because no one fucking goes there.
But
I'm more content with that, but if movie theaters, we need movie theaters to
Yeah,
go
I
see
love-
movies on the big screen.
yeah, I love going to the movies.
Yeah, man, we need to bring that back. Maybe that'll come back.
You ever go to a drive-in?
Not since I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah, I never did. There was an old, like an old one that would shut down. That's all I ever saw was like the big wall. They said, yeah, they just drive up and watch movies. So, but never actually went to one or saw one live.
Yeah. I've heard there is a drive-through somewhere here in Georgia.
Yeah,
It's just the novelty thing, but yeah, they won't bring those back. Actually, they should bring them back, but you log in, you use your Bluetooth in your car stereo to get the audio.
and then
Because back in the day, you just put the shitty little speaker like on your car,
oh yeah,
and you really couldn't even hear it. Like there's people all around you, there's kids running around.
it was like one tone, all treble.
Yeah.
It was 100%
There's
treble.
people like walking by, going to the concession stands. You can't even really hear the fucking movie. But if you got it in
Oh
your
my
car
God.
through the Bluetooth, you could have all the windows
Just-
rolled up and just like crank the volume up and just be looking at the screen through your windshield. That'll be cool, dude. I wonder if anyone's thought of that already.
You know, if they get self-driving
I
cars.
thought of a new concept for a dying business
Yeah,
that'll rekindle it. No, probably not. But that still is a cool concept. Just like
Yeah.
go to the Bluetooth on your car,
yeah, let's get straight
crank
to
up
it.
that audio. And then the old people are like, I can't hear, they're mumbling.
Yeah,
They mumble too much. Like, oh, crank that shit up, Grandpa.
motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. I kind of miss the movies. I would love to go to some drive-through experiences because, like, I have one memory of it,
Yeah.
Is what it is, though. The times change.
Times are changing.
The little orange man is in office. He is little and orange. He's probably going to get to office and be like, show me those little green men. It's like, no, little orange man, that's classified.
It's classified, damn it.
I tell you, I was surprised at the results of the election. Were you kind of surprised?
A little concerned at the beginning, but
Concerned. You were concerned. I'm surprised. I thought it would be a lot closer. Like the last 5 elections have been, they've been so
Yeah, I did
close,
think it was
and they're
gonna
like,
be a
we
little
need to
bit-
count these votes for like 3 weeks to make sure because it's so close. I thought it would be a lot closer, and I kind of thought the little orange man would get snuffed out like in 2020. So
Yeah.
I was surprised. I was like, wow. We're going to
yeah,
see.
I wasn't really sure. I was just
I don't know how
who knows? I was just
what is going to happen in America in the next 4 years? Like, I don't know.
well. So I mean, it's a
It's
roll of the
weird.
dice every 4 years. That's
What would they want? And by they, I mean the Illuminati.
Um,
They would want to control us.
start
What would they do?
start opening up some kind of jobs and get the economy going, and then to get a deeper research on AI that can just monitor and track everything about us.
Yeah,
That's what I think they would do.
that's
And
a
then
great
like the
idea.
behaviors of people and everybody. I always thought, and I think we've discussed this on episode 14.
Yeah, yeah.
um, I always think the one thing about AI was going to be that they're going to track every behavior, everything. It's almost going to be like, you ever see the Minority Report?
Yeah.
That movie where they had these predictors of some shit floating in the water or something like that. And they would call out and the images would come up or whatever. And it was like, oh, you're going to commit the murder. And so they were arresting people for crimes they hadn't committed. So I think it might be almost kind of be like that, but not to that extent where we got fucking chicks floating in water. But like the behavior of people, oh, these people do this, and be able to just characterize and put and track everything. So when somebody's born, oh well, this person's got this. They were born on this date or whatever. Oh yeah, they're gonna be this. So go ahead and get them in an art program or some shit like that.
Yeah. I kind of see what you're saying.
So now I can
Like
control what the people are doing because you know what? I've always geared you towards you were born to be a florist. I know that because the AI is telling me that with all these characteristics and whatever, or going by, hey, drop a piece of DNA in there. This person's going to have cancer at 35, somewhere around there. They were born to be a mechanic.
So that's going to change our country. It's going to change. That's going to change people.
I don't know if that's going to happen in the next 4 years. That's a short time frame.
Maybe the next
But
40 years.
yeah, probably in the next 40. I mean, it's going to track every single thing about.
Interesting. Well, there's going to be a lot of change. The country's already changing. The world's changing faster and faster, it seems like.
Yeah.
But these times sure are uncertain, people. And we just got to stay together. Like this, like across fingers.
Yeah. Like a pretzel.
Like a pretzel and some mustard. I'm just kidding.
You do mustard? I do the German Rocky.
I've
Rocky
never
mustard,
done.
that's what I call
I've
it.
never done mustard with the pretzel, but I've seen it done, and I'm like,
Yeah.
people do that?
Yeah, I like the brown.
I'll try it. Like
the
a
brown
soft
ground
pretzel.
mustard. I think it's a ground mustard or some shit like
Dijon.
that. Dijon too. I like that.
Dijon
You know, I always
likes honey
thought
mustard.
when I was growing up, I always thought that people who had Dijon mustard were like fancy people. I never knew it was like a. But it was like a sign of almost like a sign of wealth or
Damn,
something.
you got some gourmet shit.
God damn, Jimmy. That's some
Yeah.
gourmet shit up in here.
Exactly. You got my reference for Pulp Fiction, y'all. 1995. Yeah, it's
but no, I didn't do the. It's some other kind. I wish I could explain it better, but
well, there's Dijon, the spicy mustard. There's the honey mustard, the honey. Why I don't know why I'm doing French thing. Good old mustard. Do we have anything else we can cover like conspiracy theory wise, Illuminati. You know, do you think they're gonna kill Diddy, like they killed Epstein?
He was put on suicide watch. I
Yeah.
did see an article where he's conveniently, before any lists or names are coming out, he's conveniently being put on suicide watch
Oh, poor
or
guy.
suicided.
I think
It
it's
almost would. Which one would you want more for him to, like, somebody like that? Because I mean, assuming that it's true, everything plays out, and he's like, "Yep, Diddy, you're guilty of all that shit." Uh, would you want him to, like, oh well, maybe if he just suicide and get
suicide.
suicide, or let him sit in jail? Say, you know what? You get
No, let's see.
2,000 years. You
Let's
get
see what the diddler has to say. He's got some names. He's got some tapes. And I don't want him to just magically commit suicide. I want to hear some motherfucking names.
Yeah. What the hell was
see
going
who's
on?
on that Epstein list. Now let's see who's on the diddler list.
Yeah.
But I love how it's become this joke now, like, oh, don't get too drunk at that party or the diddler's gonna get you.
The diddler's
It's like,
out there for
don't
real.
pass out at that kegger, man, or the diddler's gonna get you. It's like, oh shit, fucking A, dude. Yeah, people in Hollywood love to party hard.
Yeah. You ever heard of the 27 Club?
The dead celebs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix, Jim
Chris
Morrison, Amy Winehouse, Kurt
Janis
Cobain.
Joplin.
My man Kurt Cobain. I think
Wasn't Biggie or Tupac around that age?
I don't know.
Somebody recently was another one. I was like, damn, that's damn, what's that chick actor that died? The blonde chick that was on like a bunch of romance comedies.
Brittany Murphy.
Yeah. She might have been.
Actually, she might have been. Yeah, she died under really mysterious circumstances
Yeah.
with like cardiac arrest because of some breathing problems. The theory was that there was mold in her house that was killing her.
Yeah.
Because curiously enough, 6 months later, her husband died of the same thing, living in the house. But now we'll never know because the house was demolished. But I remember reading about that. Oh yeah, and Britney Spears used to live there, and she said like she felt two hands on the back of her shoulders try to push her down, and she was like freaked out. But hey, that bitch is crazy. Bitch is crazy already. Yeah, she might have been 27, but is that a conspiracy theory too? Like the 27 Club?
No, I think that's just
Do you think it's just a wild coincidence?
I don't know. I don't know if that's part of the theory or
Wild
not. I haven't heard that one.
coincidental. I think it's a wild coincidence
Yeah.
because celebs die all the time.
You know what I love?
Sometimes they're 27, sometimes they're not. But when they're 27, we're like, oh my God, he was 27.
He's done enough drugs for an 80-year-old man. That's like when they put accidental overdose on the thing. That drives me crazy because it was an accident. I got a little too high. I was trying to get as high as I possibly could without dying.
But I
crossed that line.
failed at that.
I failed.
I've gotten so good at that over the years, but I failed just the one time. Now I'm fucking dead.
That's all it takes is that one failure on that one.
Well, we'll reflect on that, and we're gonna think we should wrap it up for tonight because it's getting late. The crows are roosting. I hear those crickets starting to chirp.
Chirp.
Chirp, chirpity chirp.
All right. Well,
do you have a rooster around here? You ever hear
but the neighbors got
out
some
here
over
in
there.
the sticks?
The neighbors got some over there. They like, I don't know if it's free range or whatever the hell, but you'll see them walking around. I'm like, man, that'd be
Fucking
things get bad. This inflation keeps going up. I'm gonna eat the neighbor's chicken.
The chicken's gonna go missing. All right, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, hell yeah. So y'all rest, get some rest tonight. I'm gonna go chicken hunting. And like, subscribe. If you like this video, if you made it this far, we love you for it. We mean it. Comment. All the comments are welcome. Yeah, this was I Was Just Thinking podcast.
Yes. Any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, feelings,
Yeah.
donations, you can message us, reach out to us.
Yeah, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.